What is up, everybody? Today we are on the bathroom. I've already been going pretty hard in here. Just wanted to go over the toilet. Hold on. Battery. Alright, just wanted to go over the toilet here. Go ahead and switch. So this one's not as bad. It did have a little bit of residue. You can see all this up underneath. But a lot of the times it'll be a ring, a hard ring right around here. What you want to do is get yourself some pumice stones. They're on Amazon for like $5 maybe. Get probably some gloves I'd recommend. And then just start going to town at this. I did see some comments last time I ordered actually. Was they were saying that these things tend to scratch the toilet, which I have never found that to be even a thought, because these things are pretty delicate. You could just scratch this stuff right off, and I mean it'll take any kind of hard water stains that you got and make this bad boy look brand new. So what I like to do is just go ahead and go along this edge as good as you can get. If you want to get it wet first, like it already started taking some off. Get it wet first, and then just start going along this edge. Follow the rim. You can even go along the edge right here and get all that, because that does tend to goop up sometimes. And then just start scraping along the bottom. And every now and then, after you do a few passes, just go ahead and check it out. See what it looks like underneath. So you can see we still got some on this side. You really just want to go for visuals. So if you're sitting in the tub, you might see that kind of stuff, which I mean that's probably not going to come out, a lot of it. But some of the other stuff, it more than likely will. Like if you see right there, this should come off. Let's see if we can get it real quick. Loud one. Yeah, so a lot of that's actually coming off. So you can see now it's better. We'll have to do a flush though to check it out fully. If you have inside of here a lot of hard water buildup, what you want to do is first turn off your water, like so. Righty tighty. So clockwise will shut it off, and then go ahead and give it a flush. Get all the water out of your reservoir right here, and that's about all you'll get. So now you grab your cleaner and you just start kind of pumping it out, and this is going to empty what's inside your bowl pretty well. Watch out you don't splash it on your face though, because this kind of water is not something to tankle with. Alright, so once you get it to about right there, you could either start draining that out with like maybe a cup or something smaller that you could get in there actually. But then you'll just start going around. A lot of the times you'll see some buildup right around here. And if you have it more inside, even deeper, you could either just, plunge the stick, or they sell these with a stick on the end, like a little popsicle kind of. And then you could really get it in there without getting your hands all messed up or some water splashing on you. But if you really want to stay clean during this process, I'd recommend getting as much of this water out as you can. Taking note of where the biggest problem spots are. Like this one, it seems to be just mostly around the edges here. So like that, which people will probably never see that, but the person that I work with likes to see these things pretty dang clean. And these will take off any kind of grunge that you got built up on here, I'm telling you. If it doesn't come off with a pumice stone, it probably isn't coming off. And I mean, it's probably an older unit at that point. So you can only get as good as you can, you can't work miracles here. But this is one of the big things to get your deposit back. Or, I mean, even just maintain your home. If you're trying to just be nice and clean, you know, just go along this, and even sometimes you don't see it right now, but just try to get as much as this base as you can. And the next step, which I've actually already done here, is taking off your toilet seat. So some of these just have a quick release, like this one's just a quick release like this, and you can pull it up if it has the arrows. That's how you can tell that. It says a lock and an unlock. But most of them are just going to have these Phillips. So you'll just take a Phillips screwdriver, start taking it off. There will be a cap that you'll kind of unfold with the flathead. Then you can just stick the flathead. You can see it's got the long one here for a flathead, or both, so you could even do a Phillips if you like. And they have little bolts, or little nuts I should say, on the corresponding bolt. And sometimes when you start loosening it, it'll work, but you might have to reach your hand underneath and hold it still while you take the bolt all the way out. And that will allow you to take your seat off, and then you just want to go ahead and put some kind of degreaser, or we use Scrub and Bubbles, and spray it pretty liberally, and then just submerge it to where the top is not so bad. A lot of the times, like this one, you can see there's a bunch of pee stains and stuff like that. All that'll come right off. And it has been soaking overnight. A lot of the times on the hinges, there'll be a bunch of pee on there, and hairs and whatnot. So just give that a good soak, maybe about 15-20 minutes, and then just start going to town with your brush. Get the hinges pretty clean, get the attachment points clean, and then go ahead and flip it over. A lot of the times I use this little spot, but I mean, I don't know if every tub has that. Flip her on over, start going to town on this end. You can see it's already kind of starting to come off here, a lot of these spots. And if this doesn't clean it fully underneath, depending on the material they use for your gasket right here, you could even use the pumice stone. You just go right back to this and just get some abrasive scrapings on there. I don't know if this one's wood or not. You really don't want to use this on wood because it will leave scratch marks, which it almost seems like this one might be wood. But then you want to grab your rag and just start scraping it off. And a lot of those little abrasive particles on here will stick. And then you could just get this as clean as you can, which I don't actually think that's going to come off anymore. But do your best, you know. That's what we're here for, is just to make this thing look good. At least as good as it'll get, and get you that deposit back, because everything that you do, they don't have to do. And if you make it look better than when you came, hey, that's even a better option. It'll save you, maybe in the long run, from paying for those holes that you couldn't find the stud, you know? So you don't need to worry too much about inside the basin here. I would recommend doing a good clean on the upper though. On the outside, get along the bottom right here, because this was just horrid when I came in, but it's better now. Still needs a final go around, but I just used the mop and clean the floor, and then use the mop to kind of get all that stuff I could and round it all up. If there's any hair left over, use your vacuum to get all that, and that's about it. So yeah, once you're done doing the scrub down on this, don't forget to turn your water back on counterclockwise to turn it back on, and you are done. That's as good as it'll get. So hope this helps. If there's any comments, just go ahead and leave them in the comment section, and like and subscribe for more, because I'll be making a lot of these videos. Hopefully we can get you all that money back.